Hello there. I believe timing is everything, so I will just cut to the chase. The next chapter of my life is that I want to have my first art studio. And if you would ask why, here's an explanation. As you know, I am an artist. I do draw, I can paint, even do origami. I'm considered to be creative and gifted. Not many would see my true talents, of course. I do have an interest in photography. In case you didn't know, photography is a style of art that can show a lot of regularness in life. I decided to do photography for a number of reasons. It could be something of a career or something of a hobby. Better yet, I can consider that as one of my business ideas. Now, all my life I've been drawing. Now, drawing is the most common form of art. I inherited I inherited this ability as a family trait. From every sketchbook to every newsprint, I am always make progress on my work. I do the same when it comes to painting and designing. I went out into the city and presented my talents as I was doing my artwork around the public. I once had this idea of starting a t-shirt line. I made a lot of designs for the shirts. I designed and sold them for several occasions. Not many people would get why I chose t-shirts for a living. Well, I only did like for a year or two. Then one day, out in the city, I saw a group of guys out there doing lawn work or recycling. I noticed that they were wearing straw hats, the ones to keep the sun off of their faces. So I found something that seemed more interesting than t-shirts. I started making customized hats with many different designs, including sports, national flags, holidays, and even superheroes. I made better progress making and selling sun hats than I was with t-shirts. And it's still going regardless. There, there was this saying I once said to myself that dreams are meant to come true. Don't lose sight of it. Once you put your whole heart into it, a dream will be achieved. That's why I say to myself that dreams are meant to come true. It always worked because it helps me motivate myself, it helps me get motivated, make me persistent in what I want to do, and to put my mind on what I want to achieve. It helps me a lot. So I say this when I am in doubt, I always tell myself that dreams will be achieved no matter what. And once I put my whole heart into it, I will achieve that dream. For a dream is what you envisioned. Because a vision is not what you imagined, but rather is what is dreamed. That's why it's important to follow your dreams, and they'll finally be achieved once you put your heart into it. Additionally, I've discovered another thing interesting: NFTs, which are called non fungible tokens. For as they say, NFTs are a type of crypto assets, in which case a token is unique. For every NFT is a unique way to authorize ownership of digital assets like art, photos, music, and video clips. So I thought to myself, why not give it a shot? I find it obvious that I've done digital art before, so it's technically the same as creating an NFT. And here I was, working on my first NFT, making my own brand. And the first idea was characters as sushi. I made my first NFT. It's a California roll dressed in a tux with a pair of sunglasses and a smartphone. I call him Claude, the cooling California roll, in reference to action star Jean-Claude Van Damme. Another example is this character I created as a Karate Kid type. I call him Ken Akami. Now, Ken Akami is a young martial artist who can manipulate the power of moon and wind. He is actually one of my characters I will be featuring in a future manga or comic book series. As for comics, it's another one of my interests. I believe that I found the idea of NFTs could make a way for me. That could help me with building my future art studio. You see, before I started getting into creating my own business, like everyone else, I went to college. And like most students, you could say I was just another high school wannabe. But I wanted to make a difference. I wasn't very popular, nor was I even fit enough to be a high school president. At times, I had trouble trying to make friends or looking to fit in with other students. Trying out for basketball, taking drama class, and getting into school clubs. I mean, heck, I even lost my chance to be with the most popular girl in high school. Even during my senior year, I felt more alone than before. I always have. Despite that, I graduated high school back in 2012, and then I started college in the fall of 2013. That's when I studied at Delgado Community College and took fine arts, or should I say studio arts, as my major. As the years passed, I only completed 2 years at Delgado, and then I moved on to Dillard University, in which I transferred in 2015. And now I'm currently attending the University of New Orleans, more commonly known as UNO. There is one more story that I didn't want to share, but now I guess would be the time to do so. Now, fine arts wasn't the only one I focused on. I did have an interest in theater. I always dreamed of doing theater. Wanting to be in the movies, it's that sort of thing to get famous. At Dillon University, I took theater as my major. After a whole year there, I stopped going to school for a number of reasons. That was how things got stressful for me. Despite my efforts, I had fallen short. And that was the time I came up with the idea of starting my own business. I was informed about a financial service industry known as Primerica that involves assisting people with life insurance and recruiting individuals that are looking to make a change in their lives. Now, Primerica can be something of a business that can build a team of licensed representatives that are able to provide term life insurance for families of low to middle class income. In 2016, I went on a business trip to Orlando, Florida. There was the Orlando World Center Marriott Hotel, where a business conference was held at. I somehow enjoyed it. Now, I am certain that trip was worth it because I met many people, learned different business strategies, and more importantly, I had fun. Of course, there's always another ace up one's sleeve in case things don't work out with Primerica. That was when I had an ambition to start a business of my own. I selected the name Emerald Fusion Studios, and the first asset to come up in my mind was t shirts. Starting sometime in 2017, while using the time on training and practice, I was looking up resources and strategies on how to make my business successful. One time, for unknown reasons, I lost my interest in doing t shirts as an asset. Then in 2019 and onwards, I changed the name to Emerald Cyclone Studios. That's when I selected art and photography as my assets. And it's still going, nevertheless. I know it could be a long race of a journey ahead of me, but I'm learning the necessary steps to take what I'd have to achieve more than I could ever imagine. Whatever that road leads me, lies an opportunity. It may not be the spirit of perfection, but the spirit of motivation. The road to achieving victory has yet to be passed. I'll find a way to it, no matter what comes my way. I am on a personal journey. I have my own mission to complete, and that's to find the person that's within me. The same person who's trying to come out. I have to find that person within myself. Many opportunities away from me, but I will continue my journey, no matter what happens. Then, not long ago from now, after years of procrastinating, I have finally got back in school. It has been a blessing for me, and I am currently attending the University of New Orleans to continue pursuing my education, this time as a fine arts major. I am really close to graduating when I obtain my bachelor's degree. I can and I will focus on building my business from the ground and building my art studio. Now you will understand my story. School is, of course, a main reason why I chose to be an entrepreneur, to start my own brand of business, to make a difference in my life. Now, I have two goals to complete in my life. One, for instance, is to obtain my bachelor's degree, and the other is to build and develop my first mixed art studio. That is my next chapter of my life.